president on and off since the 16 years I've lived here a couple times. A lot of, it's all volunteer. Charlie Johnson's our vice president, and Nancy called into work tonight, so he couldn't make it tonight. He also is the one that does a lot of the electronic with Brian here. A lot of our electronic stuff. Has everyone heard about the app? What's it called, at home?
Next door.
Next door, okay, the app, they're the ones that set that up for us. And that helps us all kind of keep connected. And that's a good thing, because if you see something, or someone loses a dog, or something like that, it's great for you to be able to find them. And that's something new this year. If you have neighbors that have not signed on to the app, please go ahead and tell them. Because anything new that happens, or any new information, we want everyone to know, so we try to post it immediately on there. So everybody can keep, abreast of what's going on. We had some issues this year with vandalism, and with cars being egged, we found the egger, so Dad's not happy. It's taken care of though, that's good, so that's what counts. And so that's been stopped, and we're all good about that. And people had cameras, so it was obvious who did it. So, and we're being really good neighbors, and everybody's gotten closer. This year was our best year as far as everybody paying. I mean, best year since I've been here that everybody's paid. I mean, usually the percentage has gone way up, and you can see on the little notification here. And that's the long one with the really, really tiny print. Okay, that's 2 pages. And you can see down at the very end is the ones that owe the full $255 amount. That used to be over twice that length. And we've had a lot of people that just stepped up this year and did a little extra and paid up completely. And I thank them very much for doing that, because that made a huge difference in what we're able to do. We actually were able to repair the sign. For 2 years now, that sign has been broken. And that's the entrance sign on the right-hand side, or actually as you go in, it's on the left. Remember the white car set forever? Yeah. Brian, thank you. The car not there anymore. He put it up for sale and got rid of it for us. So we got rid of the car with a flat tire, so that's gone. That helps a lot. And we got the sign repaired this year. And the gentleman has actually guaranteed it for 2 more years. And he went to all 4 signs, entrance signs, and fixed any rocks that were loose on them as well. And also they didn't have drain hose. That's why the sign busted in the first place. Water got in between it, had a quick freeze, and busted it. And busted off the backside. Thank goodness, not the front side, because it would have been a lot more expensive to repair than what it was. So we had him repair all 4 signs, guarantee all 4 signs, put drain hose in all of them so they won't happen before again. And we have a 2-year guarantee on that, which is really cool. So, and he was one of our best estimates too. I had an estimate of $5,000 as well. He did it for $2,600. You see it on here, it says wall repair, I think, on the list.
Yeah, 2,600.
Entrance sign repair, yeah, $2,600. Yeah. So that worked out real well. And, all the estimates, that was the best one. And plus, he seemed to be the one that really knew what he was talking about, because he was a concrete guy. The guy's like, well, I think I can figure it out. I don't want you to figure it out. I just want someone who knows what they're doing. And when the sign was originally built, the tie-ins for the concrete were not even touching the other backside, so there was literally inches between the 2. So when there was nothing to keep it from falling, it just fell right off, and the whole backside came down. If anybody wanted pictures, I think we post pictures online of some of the wall before and after pictures.
I don't think so.
We'll do that. That way you all be able to see that. So we'll show you what it looked like when it first came down, and then through the process of getting it repaired, so you can see some photos. On the amount that the dues. We increased them this last year because we had a lot of people saying they had a tough time driving in because it was so dark. The lights that were on there originally were a halogen, very high usage light. I remember when we first did this, electricity, David, was running almost, $80 a sign for each one per month. So, we got 4 signs that you light up. So that just eats up dues like you wouldn't believe. And so what we're doing is, as the dues came in this year, we're taking money and allocating it. This year we bought the 2 main lights. That's on each sign. I made sure we had enough to get all of our mowers paid completely. Before I came in, I've been president now for 2 years since the sign fell apart. And the mowers were owed over $1,000 each by the end of the year, and were not paid until the following year, and they kept running a tab on them, because they didn't have enough money to pay the guys that were mowing our deal, the retention area, and the interest rates. And that was out of the kindness of their heart, they just kept doing it. And I didn't know that, so when I took it over, I said, we're gonna have to increase our dues so that at the end of the year, it's all paid. These gentlemen, they have to feed their families too. And we got estimates, got the best prices we could get out there, plus someone who's insured. So if they tore something up, it's paid for, fixed. And so and now the mowers are paid in full. We have At the end of all this, you'll see at the end of the budget, this is as of the 10/18 bank statement. I have not received November's yet from the bank. South Central's our bank. And we're gonna end up with right around $600 left on our account at the end of the year. The mower that mows the retention area, he gets paid once a year. And his wife appreciates it because I pay him the week before Black Friday. I think he plans this. So that knocks it down in good ways because he mowed our retention area 5 times. And then, of course, we have mulching coming out of this. We only mulched one side. That's the Worthington Road entrance. We're gonna mulch the other side in spring. But he was sick when he was gonna do the mulching. Our mower got put in the hospital for 3 weeks. He kinda overdid it in the heat, I think. He got himself pretty sick, and his daughters were mowing. I don't know if you saw the young ladies that were mowing for him. And they mowed for him for 3 weeks. And so now he's up and well and healthy, which is good. That's what we wanna hear. You may say a little prayer. His wife's been a little sick, but she's doing better for them because they're a good, hardworking family. And so, let's see, let's cover here. On the bills, the people that owe $225, we have a couple people that have made a payment arrangement with me and if you know people on here, your neighbors, if you recognize their names, please tell them, we want you to be a part of the association. So if they're one of your neighbors and their address is next door, say something, tell them, please go ahead and call and make a payment arrangement. I don't want to put a lien on anyone's home. It costs us money to do that. And we are going to put liens on the homes. Anybody $225. Anybody under that amount, I'm going to talk to personally and give them the opportunity to make arrangements, to make the payments. We want everybody to be happy here. You know, the neighborhood, we want the interest rates looking lit up and nice because that raises the value of our home. Having an association is proven to raise the value of our homes. No association, your home will appraise for less. So we all know our home is our greatest asset. We want to make sure its value stays up. By keeping everything looking nice, it helps all of us. And then you look at everything I've posted on here. What I use is I use the bank statements so you have exactly what's on there. I have all the statements with me. It's all open note. Everything's open book. So if anybody wants to look at any statements, please feel free. We do have a committee. Who else on the committee that's here tonight? There's 2 of the people here tonight. Committee consists of 5 homeowners?
I think so.
Yeah, I think there's 5 homeowners. Everything's open note. Every committee meeting we usually have, 3 a year? On average, about every 3rd or 4th month. And they get to see everything. And that's just a check and balance. I think that's necessary. With any homeowners association, you need to have a check and balance. It can't be just one person being vice president, president, and secretary. That's not safe. And so it protects me and it protects you. So that's why everything they see these statements, they get everything right up front. They walk in, they're looking at the checkbook. They see all the statements from the bank. They know where all the money is, that everything balances to the penny. And that's just being safe for all of us. Because we're all putting forth that $80 a year. I'm not gonna raise the dues this year because we don't know exactly what the electric bill is gonna be for next year. They actually based our electric bill off our old halogen bill. So they billed us $300 a month for the first 2 months. Now we have a $380 credit with them because the new halogen, the new lights we're using are the LED light. It looks great, it's bright. And it only uses, I think it's using like 80 kilowatts a month. That's pretty low.
Yeah.
So, and that's for both the 2 signs that are lit up right now. So they're really trying to adjust it. So we have a huge credit right now. So, but we still have to buy the other lights because the lights on the Lee Rudy side, there is no lights there at all. They're just gone. We have them, but they were taken down several years ago, 5 or 6 years ago. And I have them in a box, but we're not gonna use them because they're ridiculously high now. So we're gonna switch them all over, and that's why I budgeted in. We go over here to our budget now. And if you jump down to the electrical, for the budget, I put $2,000 because that's what it's gonna cost with what we're guesstimating our bill's gonna be, and also purchasing 8 little lights and 2 more big lights. Because each sign has a small light on the outside satellite area. So there's 8 of those we have not purchased yet, and then 2 more big lights. And then that's a one-time, and then we'll be good for those. They're supposed to be really long-lasting lights, and we have the receipts when we bought them. So if they don't last that long, we're gonna say, hey, right here. These bulbs need to last a little longer, but so we're hanging on to that information and everything. So we need to thank the church. Definitely thank the church. How many of us have children that live in the neighborhood? Like I do. My son's 9. And they go to Audubon grade school, and the bridge was in pretty sorry shape. And the church here, the pastor approached me, and said they wanted to do a community service for Greystone. Do we have anything that they could do? And I said, yes, we do. And they said, we'll do all the labor if we pay for the repair work. And if you can see that the difference between, I think it was like $361 is what we paid for the materials. And the people of this community of this church went over there and redid our bridge for us. It was awesome. And so now we have a safe bridge for the kids to ride their bikes across, and run across, and play all they want, which was fantastic for us. And it's a very big time. Thank you for this church for doing that. They're not charging us anything to be here tonight, by the way. Just say, hey, you know, just to be part of the neighbors. So they let us have our meetings here for free, which is one reason it's a little late. I try to have it close to October if we can, but they had a lot going on, so we said this will work good. So, our bylaws and everything, if you're curious about how everything's legally listed, are on the website.
They're on the Nextdoor app. Charlie went down to the, I guess the courthouse or whatever, found all the different sections and all the laws and the deed of dedications and all that. All that's posted up on the Nextdoor app.
Yes. So if anybody's wanting to know how we're set up, what rules there are for each section, there's actually 4 sections in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
And each section is a little bit different, usually like just the fence height and stuff. Our ultimate goal is to get an attorney to make them all even. Again, that costs money. And right now, let's get the signs all lit up and electricity going. And then we'll see how much we can do to pay an attorney to change all of our bylaws. Because right now, like some people can only have like a 5-foot fence.
Yeah, but you can't do that until the bylaws are in effect for 25 years. You can't.
Oh, is that, you can't adjust them?
You can't do anything until August 18th of 2024.
There you go. So now we know the answer when we can adjust it. So I'll leave it up to you, President of the Association, in 2025.
Section 4 was signed on August 14th, 2000, or, 2000, or 1999.
Okay.
So we can't do anything for 25 years, it actually says that in it.
Okay. Well, that's one thing that, you know, it's nice having people that can help us do this and find out the rules behind a lot of this. Because a lot of it, we're just not told. You know, it's like, okay, you're president.
Here you go. You wanna read that, Tom?
Was it right here?
Number 17?
Its covenant shall run, the land shall be binding, and all parties and persons claiming under them for a period of 25 years from the date of these covenants are recorded. The covenants are automatically extended for an additional 10 years unless the instrument signed by the majority of the homeowners and lots have been recorded. So I guess it takes a majority vote too. Otherwise, it goes another 10 years before you get
You have
adjusted.
to have your new laws in place and signed by the majority by the 18th of 2024.
Before it hits, and then then they can apply.
Tony Clark first started.
Yeah, and Tony Clark
Well,
set
this
it all
one,
up.
the one he just read was actually Jago.
Oh, yeah.
Tony's,
Yeah,
on
he
this one
switched it.
too. Yeah, they're on
When they
this one,
rotated it
too.
over to them. Okay.
So the first one was done in 96, but there's no sense in doing it till the last one is finished.
Yeah, because you can't, we want to change all 4, not
Right.
just the first group of them. Okay, landscaping, that just basically is mulching and trimming. And the last set of trimming that was done, actually Charlie did, because it grew too fast and it's cheaper to, Charlie said, I'll do it. And I pay Charlie, so. Charlie Johnson took care of that. Insurance, up until this year, for the last several years, we have not had insurance on our signs. We were just lucky nobody hit them. The weather-related incident, insurance didn't cover that. So with the walls expanding and blowing off the back, I applied for that, and they said no. So they would not pay for that damage. That happened right when it first came on. They said they weren't paying for it, and I didn't have the money to renew the policy, and they didn't pay for what was damaged, so I canceled it.
There you go.
And I said, okay, you don't get us. So then I waited till we have money now, and now all the signs are insured, so if somebody plows one of them away, it will be rebuilt. And they've actually inspected the wall since it's been finished and completed and fully insured, the one that we had repaired too, because they only repaired part of that, only insured part of it until the repair was complete. Let's see, office supplies, that's basically mailing. I'm required by law to give you all a letter. I can't just drop it to you in person for tonight's meeting. So everybody had to be mailed a letter. So I sat down one at a time and entered all your little envelopes and put it all out, got it out to you. So far, I only got 3 back that said return to sender. So I'll have to go and talk to those people. I got 2 more tonight by the post office. So it's like everybody that pretty much was notified about tonight, about the meeting. Corporate, when I first took over last year, the dues, the $15 fee had not been paid. And so because of that, we had a $150 reinstatement fee. That's why corporate was $150 last year, and this year, when the bill came in, I paid it instantly, because we don't need to waste money. And that's our showing we're a corporation. Now, when we paid the 150, it reinstated it, backdated and everything else, so we never really lost our corporation. Just Kentucky wanted more money. So that's how that works, and we're a nonprofit organization. Liens fee, I think it runs like about $5 to put a lien on a home. That's guesstimating 40 homes. Unless I'm gonna talk to them personally, give them an opportunity to make a deal. And if they do, then so that's where I came up with the $200 estimate. Socials, this is strictly for the garage sales. Anybody participate in the garage sale this past year? Yeah, and what that is usually runs about $40 a year. And this year we had rain on the day of the garage sale, so I went back and paid for the newspaper to post it again for the following, for a rainy day, so it was in the paper twice. And I think that was just good for more people to be able to take advantage of that and move some stuff. And we all have stuff we don't use, and a little extra money goes a long way these days. Again, the electric, they guesstimated it big time. I know I've got repairs, but I'm hoping our bill's gonna be really cheap using these high efficiency LED lights. So that's going pretty well. I think and then of course the replacement lights just shows you how much they were to replace, and that's just for 2 of the bulbs. They're kind of expensive, but they last. And once they're in, if somebody runs over them, they're insured. So that's good. Any questions so far? Okay. And then you can see all the deposits, everything. Looking at the topics for tonight, we covered the bridge repair. Thank you to Cross Point definitely for doing this. Then the entrance sign repair, lighting of the signs. Again, we're going to buy 2 more large bulbs and 8 small. And then the signs are fully insured. I pay them a full year. So they're paid for the full year. When the bill comes in, we pay it again, which worked out real well for us. And then the budget for next year, running at $80. You can see where I proposed it to be $10,150, and last year projected was $9,200. And after this year, if we don't use all these expenses and everything's dropped out, we'll be able to iron out our electricity, lower it. Are you okay if we lower it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna lower it, okay?
I'm all
And
for that.
the committees works with me, so they see it, we get together, we talk about it, and we look and see where we are, because there's no reason. The year before, because I canceled insurance and everything else, we only had $52 at the end of the year in our account. But we had $52, but everything was paid. I don't mind having $52. It's not like you have to explain to your wife you have no money. This is an association, you say, honey, I didn't use it all, and it's a little bit left over and we're good. So that's what I want to do. I want to just fine tune it as close as we can. There's no reason we shouldn't be able to do that, because everything's pretty much fixed. And I'm going to do that for you. I like being president. It's not a lot of work. The committee really, thank you so much. You've all made it great for me, because now that they can answer questions online, and it's taken a lot of the load off of me, so I can do what I need to do. I do need a secretary, because right now my wife's my secretary, and I like to have 3 individual people. Is anybody interested in doing that and being secretary for the association? You don't really have a whole lot of things already mapped out. Oh, we got a volunteer over here? Oh, he looked away from me. He's like, no. If you know someone who would like to do that this year, we need to get someone in here to be secretary, just to spread out the responsibility. It's not a whole lot, because I'll help them do most everything until they get used to it. But if you think of somebody that wants to have a little bit, we're only gonna meet just 3 times a year as a committee, so it's not a whole lot to it. And then we haven't been doing picnics. We used to do a picnic every year, so hopefully we can maybe start that back up, and the church lets us use their little cover over here. And that's where we have a picnic. People walk over and have a picnic. We used to do that. I think we should do it again to get people just to know who your neighbors are. We're all so busy working in life, we just race out the door and do this. It's nice to actually talk and just meet people and get to know who's around us. I mean, our parents knew all the neighbors when we were growing up. We're lucky to know 2 doors down what their name is. You're trying to remember.
Mr. Kennedy,
Yes.
I want help with the secretary part, but I can't be like, boom.
That's perfect. That would be awesome. So give me your name and everything afterwards over with. I would thank you. Huh?
No, yes, I will.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Do you understand Excel? Do you know Excel spreadsheet? We got people that do. If you don't, so that's good. We'll get through that. But it's just, and then I have people that help us. It's all mapped out. There's really not a whole lot to do.
Well, if your wife will show me
Mm-hmm.
and kind of help me.
You
No.
volunteer to do it?
Well,
I saw a ball break. It's like an auction.
I was saying, well, maybe my neighbor would help.
There you are. Yeah.
Help me.
Yeah, that, and Charlie understands Excel too, so we'll have.
Oh, okay, well, that'll be it, he and I,
Okay,
won't you?
What?
You and I work that, between the,
Come on,
between
Dad.
the two of us. Come on.
I guess so.
all right. Thank you.
So you ought to be going with that.
There.
I do know it's,
You do understand, okay, good, because it messes me every time I have to call someone, Charlie, or somebody. Okay,
Sounds
awesome.
good.
Excellent, thank you so much. Any questions now? That's what we have right now. Our next meeting, yes, got a question back here. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I have a question. We have 3 entrances to Greystone
Yeah.
that need to be lit up.
We don't control the back one. We have nothing, I can't do anything about the back one.
Okay, so.
It's
The
Jago.
lights are just for the 2 main entrances then? that
Yeah,
have the
until,
back walls.
the back section has to join us, and they have to have almost 100% majority to
They're
join.
not part of Greystone, they don't pay their dues? How many homes are you talking about?
The
There's
homeowner,
about 130 back there.
Why do they use our streets? Doesn't the entrance say
We
Greystone?
Yeah.
can't do anything about it
that's
because
Jago.
Jago did that.
Yep.
They could have been a part of us. Jago wrote the rules, so they weren't.
Actually, if I could talk on that.
I mean, you
for
can
a
say,
second.
he probably knows more about it than I do. you know,
I had
for
an
sure.
attorney look into it. There was a verbal agreement, which is binding in the state of Kentucky, that when all the homes are sold, they would have the opportunity to join. So, we cannot make them, but you can offer them to come into the association.
Mhm.
But if 75% or more do not, none of them can.
Right, I knew it was a certain amount.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who was the verbal agreement with that? Like, how do
Bill
you say?
Jago and Tony Clark.
So we didn't like have them present, say they verbally agreed to
One's
it?
dead
Like,
and one won't do it.
oh, yeah, I just wondered how you follow through on a verbal.
So it makes it really tough. So we looked at some of the bylaw part of it, and that's what you all looked at.
well, people, when we was talking about this on the Facebook page, people in the back half who were very vocal about being against it. There was a few that were for it, but the majority were against it. Some of them pulled out their deed of dedications that they signed, and on there, in writing, it shows that only when the back section is complete, and if all
Like
of the
100%.
homeowners, it had to like one, it sounded like the wording had to be 100%, agreed, then they could form their own association. And I like it was a separate one, or, but
Yeah.
right now, the homeowners association is only on the front half, and the front half, where, was it Somerset Court on the right? If you're going
big
down,
ditch is the big-
where the big
big
ditch
ditch.
is. So from the big ditch to Worthington Road is the homeowners association.
Put a
Past
wall
the,
across
past the
there.
big ditch, that's the completely Jago side, and it's not homeowners.
Yeah. Yeah. We are gonna look into putting neighborhood watch signs in too this year. I'm gonna look and see how much they're gonna cost. But just because of what we had happen over this past year, we want to see if I can get some neighborhood watch signs. And, we'll just look and see what's left on the dues. I'm not gonna overspend, but if we can afford to put some signs up, we will. We did ask Kenergy if we could put the little signs on their post, and they denied. They said no. So we can't hang neighborhood watch signs on light posts. We literally have to buy our own posts, drive them in the ground, and put them up. So, you've seen a lot of neighborhoods have neighborhood watches, or at least signs like that, and, we can get the signs and put them up, but still, they're not cheap. And then you have to do the posts and everything, and put them
How
up too.
about the county underneath the stop sign?
What?
How about asking the county? if we're-
We did, the county came in and counted traffic and said no. We wanted a stop sign halfway through.
No, I mean, the neighborhood watch signs on.
Oh, no, they said no to that too.
We can do speed limit signs, which we don't have.
Yeah,
Speed limit signs?
yeah, we're in the list to get them now, but they said they have no idea when to go. Because my thing is, Bernheim is like a drag strip,
Yes.
and we all have children. And my son's autistic, he has no idea about traffic. He will walk right down the street. I'm just glad I live on, Bristol, which is a dead end. Because he does walk out in the street, and I have to chase him down and bring him back, and at 9 years old, yeah, I don't want him getting hit, and so he doesn't know. So that's why I wanna get the speed limits. We asked about speed bumps. Again, the county said, no, we had to have so much traffic to get a speed bump. Because and about 5 AM, there's one guy that just hauls. He wakes up everybody. And he's- Huh?
We live, where we live, when they turn the corner, their exhaust is right at our bedroom, there's about 5 of them.
Yeah,
They're all diesels.
yeah,
Vibrates the pictures on the wall.
yeah. Yeah, they do that. They come through there fast. Any questions more? More questions? I know I wanted the back half to be a part of the association. I invited people to be here for the back half, and we will hopefully eventually get them to fully join. They see the value of
What can we do
it.
to get them to come aboard?
I think that we got it a lot. They were paying attention to what was going on, wanted to get it
Put on
fixed.
the bed, just everybody just,
Yeah,
one neighborhood, you know?
I'd love for it to be that way too, but like you said, it's gonna
I
take
mean,
a
it's
lot
be
of
more
work.
money for the association, right?
If the back half's joined, it'd only be like $20 a year, if that, for our fees. Because
Big
even
block
lighting
the road
is,
off, it's
huh?
a big block the road off, it's a big.
If the
ditch.
county would
Maybe
let
all
us.
one.
Sorry, stop. I couldn't
It
listen.
really get nasty.
Who put the rail up there at that ditch this year?
The county.
County did
But
that.
they don't belong, the sidewalks don't belong to them, but they have to protect it, huh?
Uh-huh, how do you do that now?
I will find out tomorrow, and I'll put it on the neighborhood, I'll post it on our next door.
That'd be good. Because everybody, you know, if we can get the county to pay for it, then I think everybody should start looking at their sidewalks and turning it all in at once.
Yeah, there's several trip hazards out there.
Yeah, because usually people walking every day. One thing is, 5 feet of your sidewalk either way, especially towards your house, is public domain. So we do have people walking their dogs and remind them, most people are very good about picking up after their dogs. But we can't stop them from walking on the sidewalk either. They're allowed to. They can do that. But we need to ask them, please be vigilant, and carry baggie, you know? If you're gonna walk your dog, great, you know, just, you know, I got a bigger dog, I walk her, she was a little more deposit. But, I do carry the bag, it's not a big deal, you know?
Yeah, we had a guy Halloween walking a dog with a pitcher, didn't live in the neighborhood, and he actually asked us for a garbage bag, because he forgot to bring it.
I mean, you're like, here.
I sure did, we ran and got him one real quick.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, at least he asked, that was nice.
It was,
Okay.
I gave his kids extra candy.
Save you the trouble. Excellent. Any other questions that you have about any of this right here that you see? Do you, you know, we understand I did not want to raise the next year's dues. And once we get the electrical signs all lit up and see what it's gonna run every month, then I should be able to drop that down, because that includes also purchasing the new lights. So that should drop that down quite a bit. And I'm trying to, you know, keep everything else really as low as possible.
If,
So I can afford it.
if the ones that are behind called up, you wouldn't have to, that would pay for a
As
lot
you
of
can
that you wanna
see,
do.
dues still owed to us,
Yeah,
$7,400.
that would pay for a lot of that things there you want
Yeah,
to do and then
it's-
some.
That's my question, is you said that there were 40 that were gonna.
42 that owe
42,
$225,
And that's gonna
or
have
$255.
liens, but
Yes, well, two of them have already made agreements to pay money to me.
have they been notified, or is there?
Yes,
okay,
they have been notified, and, but I have not given the final warning, and that's what's gonna go out now.
Did your house get egg after they get notified?
I told them I live where Teddy is. Here's my address, got a nice pretty blue truck.
It should have a P.O. box on it, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does have a P.O. box, yeah, so, but I definitely will, let the people know, because, you know, we're all here, we all have homes, we love our homes, and they all have values. I'll give everybody a chance to make the payment, and hey, if you can afford it, I don't want you to go without food or something crazy. If it's tight, pay me $5, you know, a month or something, that's okay, once you get caught up, you're caught up. And there's no reason to really, you know, we all know, like Charlie tonight couldn't be here.
Yeah.
Well, you know, he changed jobs, maybe it's a little time for Christmas, so I'll go work for UPS, that's what he's doing. You know,
Yeah.
and I praise him for doing that, take care of your families.
Exactly.
I mean, we all live here together, we're one big family, and we see the news, we don't wanna live anywhere else. It looks pretty rough everywhere else, so, definitely. Any other questions this evening?
Okay, who's this, CTS Investments?
If you look over here, you'll see several of them that have weird names, and they're actually rental properties. And there's one that hasn't paid me that, has Suite 102, about 3/4 way, that GAC Property Management. These people own the homes and they're renting them out. And that one hasn't paid me in 2 years, so they're probably gonna give a nice call for me, and I won't be very polite about it, because you're making money, you know? Hey, so, but everybody else you can see at the top is, all the other property managers are almost spot on paying. There's another one up towards the top on 19th Street, and it says Jill, but that's actually her dad. So, I know the person. I'm pretty sure it's a parent that's paying for them, so I just gotta call them and say, you know, you need to pay it. But that's how that works. You learn family people and everything like that, so. But, that's what those are, and on the backside, on one of them actually put, we got a credit on one person, they paid me twice in like a week. So this person has $105 credit, so they're paid through next year and then some. So I'm gonna send them a note saying, thanks for paying ahead. You know, we appreciate it. And, then a payment agreement on that one you see towards the bottom on the back. So, and I don't, see a problem. If you're paying agreements, it's fine. That's
Hey,
what's about.
embarrassment goes a long way. Your
Yeah.
neighbor hasn't paid it, mention it to them.
Yeah.
That's
Just
why
politely.
they need a little help paying it, because embarrassment would do a whole lot to make them pay.
Because I literally had one neighbor, look at me and say, well, we're gonna sell our house and we really don't care. So there's people that way and they got about all in on their house.
Yeah.
And when they sell their house, guess who gets paid?
There you go.
They can't close on their loan until we get paid. And so the check is cut and they'll testify at the bank.
And
And
that
that's-
happens at closing, and then the new owners will know there's an association fee.
Yes, because we have several people that came in. Wasn't someone here nice that they didn't even know we had an association?
We didn't.
We-
Yeah.
When we moved in, we were told there was no association.
Yeah, and it's, realtors are required by law to tell you this up front, or they're liable.
Yes, they would be liable if we decided not to pay, they would have to.
They would have to pay.
We were told about 3 seconds into sign.
That's where it,
Yeah, oh, yeah, you.
By the way.
Yeah.
See, I was told before we even looked at the house.
huh?
I was told before we even looked at the house.
That they had an association.
Yeah, so I guess it's the realtor. I mean, of course, I moved in '08, and I was told before we go look, they got a homeowners association. And I'm like, I'm fine with that, let's go look at it.
Yeah.
So I didn't even look at the house until I was told.
And if you ask around, and people have other associations, their dues are very high.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And I don't think it's necessary, because all we have to do is mow the retention area, so when it rains, it clears out smoothly. Although I don't recommend people swimming.
We
in the
don't have a pool
I had someone
or a
swimming
community
last year through
hall
the
or
retention
anything,
area
so.
after it flooded, that much water in it. So I don't recommend that, but, so we keep them mowed down nicely. My house actually backs up to the retention area, so it's nice and clean and nice and mowed down. And then the entranceways look good. So it's kind of funny, we got to put up the sign and that one bush like sprouted. It's like, look at our trimming, and look at our street right behind it was all overgrown, so we got that taken care of. But just letting y'all know where your dues is going, and want people to understand that everything has a set deal where it's going. I'm not gonna overspend anything. And now I got 2 secretaries watching me to see them better. So, thank you all so much, I really appreciate it.
I'm gonna bring that $80 down.
Huh?
I'm gonna bring that $80.
There you go. Take care of it.
Incentive.
Incentive, yeah, by far. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm part-time.
Huh? Part-time, yeah, exactly. 2 part-time, make full, yeah.
Block signs, are you getting paid for out of the dues money?
Yes, Charlie and I think that the excess we have this year, off of just a little bit here and there, should cover our watch signs this year. So we think they're gonna run probably around $600 for the signs, because they're reflective and everything, and we'll put one on each side. So traffic going either way will see the neighborhood watch sign. And it also protects us, because anybody who's got bad intentions goes through a neighborhood and sees these signs, like everything, it's a turn. And if it helps, it helps. And it may slow some people down to driving too fast too, so,
As long as we start stopping them, instead of blowing the signs.
yeah. Yeah, the stop signs?
That's about
You
it.
said someone went through it the other day, just,
Yeah,
Went straight through, if somebody was there, they would've.
ran right over.
yeah, so be careful at the corner of Bernheim and is it Greystone?
Greystone, yeah.
They
Yeah.
ran it
This
all
morning,
over.
I'm going down
It's like
Greystone,
Grand Central
Burnham,
Station.
guy rolled up there and never stopped, looked right at me, and come right on out, and went on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel sorry if one does in front of me, I drive an Excursion. It's 10,000 pounds.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll make it through it, but I don't know how well they're gonna be.
I think a lot of people assume if there's somebody coming down Greystone,
Yeah.
that they're gonna turn on Bernheim and not go straight.
Yeah.
And I've seen people almost have a collision there before,
Yeah,
because
because
they do a slow and go at the stop sign and keep on going, and there's no turn signal, they just assume they're turning.
Yeah.
And most cars do, but not all.
But I know the state trooper that lives back in the neighborhood started pulling people over.
Oh, did he?
Lately, yeah, he's pulled over a couple.
One 15-year-old.
Huh?
One 15-year-old.
Oh, did he? I know he chased a neighbor like 3 doors down. He literally followed them to their house and went out and wrote them a ticket. Here you go. Drove home. I was like, there you go. And it was a young kid that was driving. He got him a mental
The other stop
education.
sign I always run is Remington, Greystone.
Remington, yeah, coming in.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Right there by the house with the flagpole. Used to be Joe Rouse. Okay. Well, any questions at all? Thank you. All right, well, thank you all so much for coming. The next thing we have the garage sale coming up, when's that, Derby Day, it's usually the weekend before or after Derby. And that's the next thing coming up, and then we'll see about having maybe a picnic this summer. Hopefully weather will be good for us and everybody come over. Usually the association buys hamburgers, hot dogs, and just refreshment drinks, and just come over, just wander in and out, just come in and visit. And that's
Front
what it's
half
about.
or all?
Huh?
Front half or for everybody?
Just the front half, just for us. You'll be mailed a letter telling you about the picnic, about that, because it'll come out in the letter.
So that'd be a good opportunity to reach out.
Yeah, we can reach out to the back end.
Are we going to put neighborhood watch signs in the back?
In the back, that was the plan, yes. Yeah, we're gonna put it for the whole subdivision.
And that
Because-
fee was with us volunteering to put them in, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And just look for a volunteer day.
Yeah, volunteer day.
FYI.
Why would we put their signs in the back when they're not even part of the association?
Well, because think about it, they've got kids and they got people that come visit. And if anybody with an ill intention will see it. And it's to protect all of us, because the whole neighborhood, the more unified we can make it all,
Some more rules back there.
it's just being safe to each other. You know, the more we can bond together and get everybody to know who everybody is, just the better everybody's gonna watch after everybody. Because you've got the people that walk every morning, and they're looking for things that are odd. Because I know Charlie walks a lot, and he actually notified people that their car had been egged, and they didn't even know it. And egg will eat the enamel right off your car, that the clear coat will come right off. So you need to get it off the car as quickly as possible. So that's why he went around to every car in the back section that had been hit, and knocked on the door and told them. So that's one thing, we always kind of watch out after everybody. You know, we're gonna live here, we bought these homes to live here more than a year. So it's in a rental, you know, it's here to stay. So, and I love where I live, it's a good neighborhood. It's also very convenient, I don't wanna be in 54 traffic, that's a mess. That's no fun. Huh? Don't wanna be there.
Out there, don't wanna be out there.
Don't wanna be out there, I don't blame you. Okay. Well, thank you everyone again, thank you for being here tonight, y'all have a great evening.